Hello and welcome to this new homeschool YouTube channel I've started. I'm taking over my old kind of farm and crafts and sheep channel that I never really used, and I'm going to rename it. I'm thinking about calling this Heron Fly because we have almost every single day a beautiful, I don't know if it's a gray heron or a blue heron. I should probably look up I have a little book of birds, I could look it up. But here I'm in the Northeast. We have this beautiful gray heron colored big bird that flies over our house practically every day. So I might call this Heron Fly or Heron Fly Homeschool or something like that. We'll see. Today I really wanted to talk about reading and phonics and our phonics journey. I might just try to keep this short with what I started with. We'll see what I get into. But I love watching other parents and homeschool parents share their success stories and what they recommend. It's a great way to learn about maybe different products or resources. And so I thought I would share what we used and how successful it was. So when he was 3 years old, I just have one kiddo. He is now a little over 4.5, and he was around three when we started. He was actually a late talker. He was, or delayed speech. He did talk, he just wasn't communicating effectively. And it really took a lot of work on my part to kind of help build some of those language skills. I did, this isn't a video about delayed speech or a speech delay or any of that. So I'm just gonna skip over that. But all that to say is that even with the struggles that he had, speaking a little later than many kids do, he still really did so well with this program. Okay, this is See Hear Do, ABC See Hear Do by Stephanie Hull, and this worked so well for my son. It's really affordable. I believe I ordered this from Amazon. I think each of these levels is in the $10 range. This first one is, if I recommended nothing else, I would absolutely recommend this. And I would recommend starting with a young child, maybe, I don't know, definitely 3. I don't know any younger than 3, but my son was 3, and he picked this up pretty quickly. I did start off really slow with just 1 or 2 of the animals and the sounds and the actions, and then you just slowly add on as they get more comfortable, and they're really getting that down. But that said, I found there was a YouTube clip of kids performing all of the letters, the sounds, the actions. It shows the little images, and I would have my son watch that several times, and he enjoyed watching it. I'm sure some kids would probably enjoy doing the motions along with the video. My son just watched it. He didn't really do it along with them, but eventually he really picked up all of the letter sounds quite easily, I think. And he enjoyed doing the little motions. He still, to this day, he doesn't do most of the actions anymore, but once in a while you'll still see, I see him do the for you. So it's umbrella bird. So this is really great. I highly recommend it. It's affordable. And she has different levels. I didn't feel that level 2 was needed. So level 1 focuses on uppercase. Level 2 focuses on lowercase, but the lowercase is in here. Now, the one thing I will say is that I did not go straight into reading the CVC words in the book. I really just focused on the letter sounds. And then I tried doing a little bit of this, but it was very difficult for him to work on the blending. And I ended up using some other products before really getting into CVC words. I do want to share that I did also purchase this. It is curriculum and activity guide, uppercase letters. This is cute. It's got some nice ideas, but I really didn't use it all that much, and I don't know that I would really recommend it. I mean, so here you can see letter J. There's a jellyfish. You're making the little J. You could make the cat, the jaguar rather. You could eat some jelly donuts. I don't know. Like, it's that kind of stuff. Like, just all letter J themed activities. You could totally come up with your own ideas like that. Cut out with construction paper your own little letter J, glue some googly eyes on it. Like, you can do that. I ended up printing out bubble letters, and we sort of did our own free version of letter of the week, but it was more like letter of whenever I thought to do a new letter. Like, oh, okay, we're kind of done with this letter, we'll do a new one. So it might have been sometimes 2 or 3 weeks would go by, and I didn't stick to such a strict schedule about it. It was kind of like, oh, it's time for a new letter, and we would move on. But that's just with like cutting out and coloring little letters to hang up on the wall. So this is cute, you know, if you wanted to do more hands-on craftsy stuff. It's very nice. I do think there's a lot of repetition though, you know, some of the songs, you welcome the song. It was really cute. I did use it for a little while, but I think I just kind of came up with my own stuff over time. So then after that, I did flashcards, and JDA, I think, is where I picked up, you know, how useful this can be to do really quick flashcards. And so once he had picked up on the letter sounds, we were just doing the sounds, not the names. So, you know, and so on. And there's, I've got all of the letters twice in here. So, and if he needed to reminder, so like, is the, and see here, they go like this, elephant. So if if he forgot, what sound he's supposed to make, I could go like this. Or if it was you, I could go and just kind of like cue him on it without saying it. So we would go through these until he knew them all down pat. And let's say there were some letters that he struggled with, I would just set those aside. I'd use little clips, and I would make sure that we did those twice, or maybe we only would review those the next day, and then I would shuffle them in and do it all again. Like, just, you know, being aware of which ones he had down pat, which ones he needed more work on, and making sure that he got some extra practice with those. So this is the uppercase and lowercase together. So then I printed these out. These are free on Teachers Pay Teachers. I think just searched for uppercase and lowercase letters, flashcards or something like that, and found there's a lot of free options on Teachers Pay Teachers. So uppercase and lowercase together, and then I separated uppercase and lowercase. So then we would just do uppercase and then just do lowercase. And again, really making piles of letters that he got quickly and easily and didn't hesitate on. And then maybe any that he didn't get or he hesitated on would go in a separate pile. And then we would review it again at the end or the next day or that kind of thing. Just until he got these down pat. And it didn't take him too long. I didn't write any dates down or go, you know, we went with the flow. Like as he progressed, you know, I just would move on to something else. So this is my little phonics bin here. I bought these. I have to say I've pretty much never used these ones. It has the animals. I imagine somebody else might really like them or use them a lot. I just didn't. They're the lowercase with all of the matching animal flashcards. You could do, you could spell out cat with it and then put all the animals that match and that kind of thing. I never used these that much, but I did use these a lot. Initially, he would get a little frustrated. So I would say taking it really slow, and you're not going to do this entire pack of flashcards in one sitting. To start, you might just pick cat, hat, bat, and start with that. And so have them just read cat, cat, and then hat, and then bat. And then maybe move those. There's these little extra cards. So you'd move the ones that they're done with. They did those, and then, you could maybe do another CVC family the next day or something like that, or a review. Just go at your kids' pace. So these are nice because they have the animals underneath the letters. So if they get stuck, you can kind of remind them or cue them. So I'm reading it backwards. And so you could do all of the little motions too. And or you could just cue them so you don't do the sound, just the motion. And then they'll go, So these are really great. My son still asks me to do these. He's still working on fluency and just reading a little more quickly and not having to sound them out every time, and just being able to look at it and say hat. So he's still working on that. He's made a lot of progress. So that is largely what I started out with for teaching him the letter sounds. And he knows all the letter sounds. He knows all the letter names. I think doing the letter of the week helped him with the letter names. I didn't do the ABC song. I think I did when he was real little, and then I stopped because I started learning, like, okay, focus on sounds. And then he kind of forgot what the ABC song was. And then I was like, oh, maybe he should know the ABC song. So we picked it up for a little bit again. But in here, I've also got this giant phonics workbook. This is just when we need something to do. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you run out and buy this. Some of the things are more advanced than, he couldn't do this on his own. I would sit down with him. And also my kid is another one that doesn't really care for coloring. So some of the coloring activities are kind of meh for him. But he's making so much progress lately. I should probably pick this back up and see how he does, because he's really enjoying tracing. He's really enjoying doing things more independently these days. So that was really the start that we did. And then the next thing I did, I don't have it to show in hand, is it's by JDA. It's Elemental Phonics. I think it's level 1. I have it just put away because we finished it. And that was really great because it did a consonant and a vowel together, or like sa, se, si, sa, su. Or, yeah, I'm not going to do it again. I was going to show you, this kind of has it in here too. This is Phonics Pathways. I don't super love this, but it does have, look, the exact example I was just talking about. So JDA's Elemental Phonics I purchased off of Amazon, and level 1, and it's mostly these consonant vowel combos. and then it gets into some CVC words, and then it gets into really short sentences. And we finished that. He loved this sticker. I've done some of the games out of this. Since I showed it, I should just mention it. I have done some of the games and stuff in this. I got it off Thrift Books a while ago. There was a couple games that we did that he enjoyed. Here's the vowels, short vowel review. And I just made this little folder. And so here's the little card game that we would do, and we would turn over one of these and we'd say what it says ah, and then cover up an ah. There's this other game with the vowels, and then I like these little, they're like little train cars. And so you take and maybe do, can I find a vowel? I don't know, I can't find a vowel. So you could do r and eh, and you would just slowly move them together. Re. And they talk about how it works on your eyes, tracking the letters and like reading correctly. I don't know. He enjoyed it. So that was from Phonics Pathways, but I have done very little out of this, just mostly a few of the games. And so once I finished the level 1 elemental phonics, I think we did a lot more work with these, like more regularly. He can go through this entire deck of cards now, reading all of these much more fast, a little more fast than he used to, and not being so so difficult for him that he gets really frustrated. So he brings it to me, and he'll say he wants to do the flashcards, so he likes it. That is pretty much the start. Right now I'm in the middle of finding new resources. So I found this free, in this binder, I've put some free printouts from, it's called Progressive Phonics, and it's really quite nice. There's these flashcards that go along with little books. This is the first book, Short Vowels A. I don't like how I printed this out here, but these are the short vowel flashcards. These are like little worksheets. I've hardly used these. But the flashcards I've been using a lot. So here's the, this is the E family cards. So let, 10, and this is a funny aside because I grew up, I think, I don't sound like it, but I grew up in North Carolina. I live in the Northeast now, but when I say 10, when I just say it naturally, I say it with the I and not the eh, but it's spelled with an S. So I've been focusing when I read it, and I'm helping him learn how to read 10 to say 10 and not 10, because I just say it 10. And I don't know if that's from growing up in the South or not. I've lost all of the accent that I had, and I don't say y'all anymore either. So with the books, you can print off on Progressive Phonics. I'll try to leave links for stuff in the description. This is the little books. I printed them, I think I did like 4 sheets on one page, and then I just cut them out and stapled them into small little books. So I think I just kind of decided where to stop each little book. And so he's done all of these. He did all of the A set. He's done all of the E set. And I've just started working him on the I set, the I flashcards. And then I will print out the books for that. So this is a really nice free resource. I would love to purchase All About Reading. It is just very expensive, and we've had a challenging year financially. I had some health issues that medical expenses that really piled up really fast. And so All About Reading, I would just buy that, but because I know everybody loves it. It's got amazing reviews. I'm sure it's an amazing product, but it's very pricey. And so I'm trying to find more affordable options. We just ordered The Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. And so that will come in soon. I'm excited about that. But what I'm planning to do is really beef it up and pull in more engaging either games, videos, activities, crafts, things to really make it a lot more fun, because it's quite a plain, boring, black and white workbook. And so we'll see. I'm going to see if I can make it more fun. I think half the reason why people love All About Reading is the fun games and little activities and things that come with it. So, which you can find some of their stuff for free on there. They have a blog, All About Reading, and I've been going through there and finding some of their free resources to go along with things that he'll be learning. So the next thing I think we might be doing is the I don't remember if it's level 3 of her curriculum, but the consonant blends, the beginning consonant blends, like sh, sheep, that kind of thing, or ship, more like ship. I might be buying that because, like I said, they're $10. They're quite affordable. He really enjoys the little animals and the this is the wrong. I was showing you the curriculum. So I think it might be level 3 or so. It's the beginning consonant blends, like crab. Like you might be the crab, so the you might do your hands like this or something. And for the sh, you probably go shh. You could also probably make some of that up yourself, but I've been thinking about it. It's pretty affordable, so I might go ahead and buy that level. And if you would like an update or to see kind of an unboxing when I get in, I've got some stuff coming in. I've started him on some kindergarten curriculum. I've got Kindergarten Math with Confidence. He's really enjoying. He loves the workbook. The actual lessons in here are tough. They really push him. So it's just a matter of going as far as we can and then realizing when he's kind of burnt out and I have to pause and then maybe pick it up the next day or do it again. But so far, we're only, I think, on week 3 in here, and he's loved several things. Like we did a 3 of a kind collage where we went outside and we found 3 dandelions and 3 pieces of grass, and we have a peach tree. We found old peach pits from last year, so 3 peach pits, and we glued it on a number 3 with blue glitter sparkly glue, and he absolutely loved it so much he kept begging to do a 4 of a kind. So we'll see. He loves hands-on stuff, so the more of that I can do, the better. So yeah. If you have any questions or comments, or if I forget to link something and you can't find it, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Okay, put the letters back and we'll get a new word. All right. And the next word is nap. Nap.
I need an N.
Nap.
Nap.
Not nat. Nap.
I need a P.
Yes. Where's the ah?
Right here. It says Nap.
Nap. Nap. N-A.
Map.
N-A-P. Nap. All right, put them back.
Put the vowel back.
Okay.
These are here.
Consonants.
Consonant.
All right, pat. Pat.